I've driven trucks across Texas for almost 20 years, and there's one thing you learn pretty quickly about driving at night. The darkness isn't empty. It just makes you think it is. This happened in late November, a few years ago, on a stretch of highway west of Abilene. I was hauling refrigerated produce toward El Paso, running behind schedule. It was around 2:30 a.m. The highway was completely empty. Just my truck, the low hum of the engine, and the occasional rattle from the trailer. I remember checking the clock. 2:37. That's when I saw him. Paste this first and generate. For download Carlo. At first, I thought it was a deer. Something pale stood in the middle of my lane. It didn't move. As I got closer, I realized it was a man, standing with his back toward me, bare feet, dark pants, no shirt. His skin looked almost gray. I hit the air horn. He didn't move. I was doing 55, and there wasn't room to swerve. I started braking hard. His arms hung straight down. His head was tilted. And then, just before I passed him, he turned his head. Not his body, just his head. He looked directly at me. His eyes looked black. I slammed the brakes. The truck stopped on the shoulder. I sat there, gripping the wheel, breathing hard. Then I looked in the mirror. There was nobody there. I grabbed my flashlight and climbed out. Nothing. No footprints. No blood. Nothing. Then I noticed something scratched into the asphalt. 3 words. Don't look back. I got back into my truck and locked the doors. I didn't look behind me. Not once. I drove for another 20 minutes before I finally relaxed. Then my CB radio crackled. I hadn't touched it. Static filled the cab. Then a man's voice whispered, "Driver! Driver, pull over!" I turned the volume down. The radio turned itself back up. "Pull over." Before I could touch it, the voice whispered, "You left me out here." I saw a gas station ahead. I pulled in. There was an older man behind the counter. I told him I'd almost hit somebody. His expression changed. "You saw him?" he told me. "About 8 years ago, a truck driver stopped to help a man on that road. A car came around the bend, hit both of them. The truck driver died instantly, but there wasn't another man. They searched for hours. No body, no injured person, nothing. For some reason, I suddenly remembered his face. It wasn't the face of a stranger. It was mine. I ran outside, climbed into my cab. That's when I saw the passenger seat. Someone was sitting there, bare feet, dark pants, no shirt, gray skin. He slowly turned his head toward me and smiled. I screamed and jumped out. A highway patrol officer found me minutes later. He checked my cab. Then he said, "Sir, your truck isn't running." I looked at the dashboard. The engine was off. The clock read 2:37 a.m. Then the officer looked down. There were 2 sets of footprints in the dirt. One belonged to me. The other came from the highway. They led directly to the passenger door and stopped. I quit driving 6 months later, but the worst part happened 3 weeks ago. I received a photograph in the mail. No return address. It was a picture of my truck on that highway. In the passenger window, reflected in the glass, was a pale face staring at me. My face. Underneath, someone had written 4 words. "You never left the highway."